Hello, welcome to Michelle Sews Again. I'm Michelle. Today I want to tell you about my sewing journal. So I've got it updated through 2022 with all my makes and started for 2023. If you want to see how I keep my journal, then please stay tuned. Okay, so I bought this gorgeous leather tooled journal a couple of years ago and wasn't sure what I can't remember if I bought it specifically for this or not. I don't think I did, but I decided to use it to keep track of my makes, and I started it in early 2022, and then I ended up when I went to look at how much I needed to catch up last month, I realized I had stopped in February. So I wanted all of my 2022 makes in here, so I went and backtracked. And I actually ended up tearing out the few pages that I already had in there because I decided that I wanted to use my Cricut to design my tracker page and have them all be the same with pretty handwriting, or writing, I should say, not handwriting, and have the same content. So you can see here, so what I did was I have this template that I printed out on construction paper with different color ink pens, and then I just left spaces for me to write. And then I put a picture of the make on the other side. So every spread is one make. And I had 55 garments to put in here for 2022. And I've gone through and I've put my my notes and my photographs for every one. Now I need to catch up some of my notes, but I've got the majority of them in here, and I've got all of my photographs in here. So yeah, I am happy about that. And then, let me see. Then I started 2023 off with a hello 2023, let's do it, let's do this, and started my 2023 notes. Now, what I learned about doing it for 2022 was I spent a couple of hours going through and printing out all of the pages for my notes, because what I did was I put the pattern name and the pattern company and then my template on every one. So I went in and changed the pattern name and the pattern company and let my Cricut write all that out. And then I put them in my notebook, and then I printed out photographs on my printer on photo paper. Well, because I use construction paper and photo paper, it's super thick. So for 2023, what I've decided to do is I went and ordered some pretty, let's see. I ordered some really pretty 8.5 by 11 paper, and I'm printing on this. It's just regular copy weight paper. And then I'm printing my photographs just on regular copy paper. It's not the best quality, but at least I know like what the garment looks like. And that's gonna make the rest of this year a little bit more manageable. So what notes do I have in my template? So here, I'll just show you. Let's see, is this my, yeah. So here's my Cali shirt that I made recently. And the note, so I have like a really pretty, you can see like pretty design up at the top. And then my notes are the pattern name, the month and year that I made it, the pattern name and the company name. And then I put the size, the fabric that I used, modifications that I made, notes for the future, what was the YouTube video if I posted one, and what date did I post a photograph on Instagram. Now, the notes that you put may be different if you decide that you want to do this. I also, on ones that I have that were a collaboration, underneath the photograph, I will write collaboration with so-and-so. So let's just go through the Callie shirt as an example. So I made the size 22. I just made the straight size 22. I didn't do any grading. I used the Sweet Pea gauze from Spoonflower in 3 different prints from the Artworks. The modifications that I made were I lengthened the bodice by 6 inches so that because I wanted the hem of the crop. So where this shirt hits me is actually in between, almost exactly in between the crop top and the tunic length. So the tunic would have been way too long for me. The crop would have been too short. And the hemline of the crop is different than the hemline from the tunic. So I think for lengthwise, I could have either lengthened the crop or shortened the tunic and gotten the length that I wanted, but I wanted that hem band instead of a bias hem. So that's the notes that I made, or the modifications that I made. The notes for future, I just put in here that the Sweet Pea gauze is not great quality. The pattern worked perfectly. The size is good. No additional changes needed. So now I know that I did end up tracing the pattern because I added that length, and I wasn't sure if I was always going to want to add the same amount of length, so I didn't want to cut up the actual pattern. So I traced it and added the length to the traced pattern, and I put that I included it in a Friday Sews on 1/20/23. I didn't do a dedicated video on this because I have made the Callie shirt dress twice before. In fact, this is one of them, which I'll talk about this in Friday Sews this week. And I did a full review of the pattern when I posted this make. So I didn't need to do that again. And I posted the photograph on Instagram on 1/19. So that's what I have for my journal, and I've got it for all of 2022. I did discover that there were a couple of makes in 2022 that didn't make this, but there are also ones that I've never worn. I didn't even like them enough to post them on Instagram. So I don't care that they're not in here because they're not ones that I'm gonna make again, so I don't really need the notes for the future. So yeah, I am 99% caught up. I've got my Logan Shacket in here. The dress that I don't, or the top that I don't have in here is the Forte top that I just made from Love Notions. And I don't have it in here because I haven't finished it yet. I still need to do the neckline, and I need to hem the sleeves and the bottom, which I think I'm just gonna do a lettuce hem on those. But again, I'm not eager to finish that because I don't like the way that it fits. So anyway, so that's my journal. I know that there are journals that give you like a section for notes and everything. I might look at that for next year, but for this year, I still want to use my really pretty special leather journal. What I will tell you that I find is not ideal for a journal is the fact that this is a bound book. I think that for me, a wire bound will probably be easier to use because you can lay it flat. I haven't had a lot of trouble with this, so it's not terrible. My biggest issue is that I use that thick paper for all of 2022, so my book is just like really fat. I don't believe that I will finish filling this up with 2023, so I'm not sure what I'll do, if I'll keep doing this one next year or not. Right now, I don't feel like I need to refine my template for my notes. I feel pretty good about the information that's on there. And I always have room on the photograph page to add more notes if I need to. So it's really nice to be able to go back and look at all of the things that I made over the course of the year. And I just love having the photographs. I love having the notes. And I find it really helpful. Especially now that I have it filled out. So I believe that I will refer to this in the future if I go to remake one of these things that I've already made. So yeah, let me know if this was helpful to you. Do you keep a sewing journal? If so, did you create your own? I know that you could probably buy a printable from Etsy or make your own printable and make up your own notebook, whether it's in a spiral bound or a writing journal. Let me know your thoughts and let me know if you find a journal to be helpful in your future makes. I'd love to hear from you. wherever you are, I hope the weather's amazing. I hope you're able to get some sewing in, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.